Here we go. Okay. Number 17. Alright. We have cosine. We gotta get cosine alone. That's the whole key. It's not that hard. It's just plus 3, right?
I guess.
But the hard part is getting all of this junk settled, right? Oops, that's minus square root of 3 over 2. Now remember this is plus 3, but instead of doing plus 3, we're going to do plus 6 over 2, right? Because we want to make it into a fraction. Does that make sense?
No.
So the plus 3 turns into 6 over 2 because that's 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And these bottoms are the same. They have to be the same. So that when we add them, then we have over 2, right? And then what is negative 6 plus 6?
0.
0. So we get negative 3 square root of 3, right?
Wait, so you want to get the number outside of square root out? Are you trying to make it get out, if that makes sense? By negative 6 plus positive 6, are you trying to make it go out? That's how you put the opposite sign on the other side.
What?
Are you crossing it out because it's negative and a plus 6?
Yeah. Because it's negative 6 plus 6 is nothing.
I'm serious. I never make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused. Alright, so now this is a little bit harder because this is a 2, right? Not a 3?
But, what number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at the triangle we're talking about. If we're talking about the square root of 3, we're talking about, oh, I see. Okay. So we're talking about x, right? 2x and x square root 3, right? And that's where the 2's coming from. You see where the 2's coming from? The hypotenuse. Okay? So if this is 1, then this is 1 square root 3, and then this is 2. Does that make sense? So you can get rid of those x's now and just say your triangle looks like this. Okay? Now this is a 30, 60, right? Triangle. So that means when I make this angle, okay? Now we're talking about a negative square root of 3, right? So that means this is coming this way. Okay? So that's negative square root 3, right? And the hypotenuse, that's coming up like this. Okay? Now, the hypotenuse could also be coming like this, right? Does that make sense?
Oh, so you're going up 3 and down 3?
This is 2 and this is 2. This is 1 and this is 1. Well, this is negative 1, really. But we don't care about the opposite because this is cosine. So cosine is equal to adjacent, right? Ca over hypotenuse. So the only ones we care about is the adjacent, and the hypotenuse. The adjacent and the hypotenuse. That's the only ones we care about. Right? So we're talking about this angle right there. And that angle, right? That angle is created from this angle, right? So that's a 30-degree angle. So the reference angle is 30 degrees. But when we want to look at the actual angle, we're talking about this angle, right? So that's 60 plus 90, which is how much? 50, right? And then if we keep going around to here, right? Then that's going to be 180 plus 30, right? Which is how much?
2. Okay.
So the cosine of theta, theta is equal to 150 and 210.
Okay. I sort of get it.
Pretty cool.
It's doable.
It's
more
doable.
understandable now that I actually.
It's doable. So am I.
I have some other names in mind.
The best part about being an adult is admitting to your parents everything you did when you were a
I
kid,
can get-
because you know they can't do shit.
What?
We could get
Oh.
18 done, or are we done?
We have a
We're
minute.
done.
We're
We got
done.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Fine.